easy go.
Buc Bros, welcome back, guys. We are glad to have you back on the podcast. In this episode, we are doing our classic season preview, but we're going to switch it up a little bit. I'll get to that in a second, but let me first reintroduce our guys back on the podcast. Bryce, Zach, John, how you guys doing? It's almost time for the NFL season. It's itching closer. I bet you guys are excited as I am.
Oh, it's great to be back. Another great season ahead of us. This is the best time of year. Been looking forward to football for quite some time. So happy to be doing the 2022 season preview with you guys.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with you, Bryce. It's time for some real sports. It feels like hockey ended a million years ago, and I've been waiting for kickoff. The start of the NFL season is always fun, and it's easily the best time of the year for me.
I also couldn't agree more. I'm very excited for football. Let's go football. Let's go Bucks.
Hell yeah, let's go Bucks. And let's hit the ground running, guys, on this season preview. In this installation, we're just going to go over 6 top games on the schedule. So we've got a list of 6 here that we're just going to talk about. First one being our season opener against the Cowboys. Looks pretty similar to the season opener last year. Teams may look a little different, but going into season 1, I think we got to feel good knowing what happened last year. Do you guys see a repeat performance, or is this going to be something different?
Yeah, I made the mistake of booking a cruise for this first game. So I'm fortunate enough they have a sports bar on this. So, after dinner, I'm going to be glued as we're coming back into port watching this game. I think, it's another tough, Dallas going to be a tough opponent. Now this year we're playing at Dallas, right? Last year we played at home for the opener. It was the season opener too. This one's the Sunday night opener. Going to be an electric atmosphere in Dallas. Dallas kind of bringing back most of the same parts. I think Randy Gregory's the only really major departure from that team. Outside of that, though, and Amari Cooper. Sorry, Amari Cooper's not there anymore. We still got Dak. He's got Zeke. CD Lamb, so high potent offense, right? We know that we struggled with them last year in the first game. I think Dak threw for almost like 400 yards. So I kind of see this being another shootout. But with the GOAT being back, really probably his last season with the Bucs, and this team is loaded this year, right? You pick up Julio Jones right before training camp. Chris Godwin's back, looking maybe not fully healthy, but looks like he'll be ready to start the season. So you've got Evans, Godwin, Julio Jones, Russell Gage in the slot. Leonard, playoff Lenny's back at the running back. The defense is pretty much all back. I can't wait. And yeah, I chalk this one up as a win for me. I think we start off again 1-0 on the season.
And it's probably a good thing that Amari Cooper is not coming back, considering he did almost all of the damage to us in that game last season. I think he had like 140 yards. He went off, and outside of that, they were pretty one-dimensional. And I expect us to be able to lock them down and beat them again. And this being the first Sunday night game of the year, I really have the belief that this may be a big game for Julio Jones. We know Brady likes to show off when he gets new weapons. He did the same thing with Antonio Brown in his first few games. And I think this will be a great opportunity to establish that kind of 3-headed monster that we're going into the season with, of Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Julio Jones.
The Cowboys lost Mark Cooper, so that's good. We brought back pretty much everyone in the secondary and added some pieces, so that's good. We got more athletic, I'd say, on the D-line, right? We let go of Sue and JPP, but we brought in, was it Hicks? Yeah, and then Tryon's going to get a lot more time, so I think we're going to be a little more athletic up front. We made sure to bring everyone back in, and then added Neal, right, in the secondary. So the defense, I think, should be ready, prepared. Offensively, I'm just concerned about losing Gronk. Obviously, we don't know with Ryan Jensen. Yeah, there's question marks, but I think the defense is pretty much the same. The offense has lost some big pieces, but I'm not really worried about the Cowboys. I think we'd win. Yeah, I don't know if it'll be as close. It was really close last time, right? They made a late push. So hopefully it's
Yeah,
not as
31-29.
Yeah. I think we come out on top.
Yeah, I mean, it's first game of the season, right? Preseason doesn't really show you too much with everybody playing the backups. So it's just who comes out better prepared. And I got to think that we'll be the better prepared team just from what's in the locker room. I mean, you all mentioned who we lost and who they lost. You know, a lot of, I wouldn't say a lot. Some key pieces gone with Cooper, and I think we stole Neil from the Cowboys, right? He was a Cowboy last year. So
they lose an offensive lineman too. Did he go to?
Yes, yeah, they lost
Browns,
one.
I think.
Retirement. I forget who.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, when I look at the Cowboys, they're an offensive powered team, but I think we should handle Zeke with our usually good run defense. And they lost some potency in the wide receiver core. So I think we can lock them up as much as we did last game. And I just got to like our offense against their defense. They have Micah Parsons and Randy Gregory. That's about all of the defenders I know on the Cowboys. So as long as our offensive line holds, and thank God that we didn't lose any of our tackles. We've got still Wirfs and Smith holding down the edges on the offensive line. They should be able to contain both Gregory and Parsons. So I like it as a win as well. I think we're all starting off with a W for the Bucs. So
am I mistaken? I thought Gregory went to Denver, or did he go to Denver?
Oh, did he? I thought you said he stayed.
Sure he did.
Okay, so you don't even have to worry about him. Just Micah Parsons.
Micah Parsons. That's right. I mean, he is a stud.
He's a stud. Yeah.
You're gonna have to game plan around him. I mean, the other thing too will be interesting to see is how Todd Bowles does in his season and really Buccaneers head coach debut. But when you got Brady, you still have Byron Leftwich as the OC. Todd Bowles is the DC essentially still. Still a lot of continuity on our side of the ball. So will be a fun game to watch. That's for sure.
If Jensen's out, that whole interior, the O-line's new though, right?
That's correct. Yeah.
So that's a little scary. But again, like Mike Parsons isn't rushing up the gut, right? So hopefully, that's not where their strengths really are, is up the gut. But that's another thing that we're just the two new guards. I know we got what's his face, Shaq Mason, right? There's some familiarity with
It's like
Brady,
Shaq Mason is probably an above replacement, for Kappa, but losing Jensen is going to be significant.
Well, an alley, right? That's a tough loss.
Alley too, right? So your left guard and your center, that's going to be our weak point that we're going to have to, kind of work around, and hopefully the new center, what's his name? Hainsey or
Hainsey.
Hainsey, and whoever the heck's going to start at left guard. I think Stenny or
yeah, it's Stenny.
I saw some guy I never heard of starting there in training camp. So hopefully they'll step up and keep Tom Brady upright.
Also, we'll be without the elite running back skills of Ronald Jones. So
Ronald Jones will certainly be missed. But I mean, Hainsey at least gets the opportunity to go up against Vita Vea and Akeem Smith in practice. You know what I mean? So it's not like he's getting weak reps in practice. There's probably nobody better to line up across from in that Tampa Heat than those two if you're going to be practicing and getting that. If you're protecting Tom Brady, I mean, there's very few people scarier than Vita Vea coming to get you. So that gives them.
I mean, there's not a whole lot of 350-pound behemoths, in the NFL in general. So exactly, the luxury of being able to go up against that guy every day at practice will get you ready to face whoever may come as the season progresses.
Yeah, definitely going to need. It's great that we have those pieces on the defensive side to help better prepare the other side of the ball, specifically our offensive line. And I like the point you brought up. This is going to be a big test as Todd Bowles, his first game as a head coach for us. Does that continuity with what we think Brady and Leftwich managing the offense and Bowles having more of a defensive side, does that continuity from last year's team transfer over to this year? It'd be interesting to see how Todd Bowles handles the head coaching responsibilities. So a great first game, but we're going to move on to our next big game, which I think comes in week 3. So right after our Saints game, we play the Green Bay Packers. And we all know that these are two heavyweights of the NFC. It's these two teams and the Rams vying for that top seed from this preseason projection. So Aaron Rodgers, are we coming? Yeah, Aaron Rodgers is coming into town, into Tampa, 425 game. It's going to be a test, guys. Aaron Rodgers, always prolific. I know he lost a big receiver in Devontae Adams, but you got to be worried when the man, number 12, comes into town. So how are you guys liking that matchup?
I got
I'm hoping
Bucks
he's
all
tripping
the way in
balls
this
still.
one. Yeah, exactly. And Zach raises a good point, which is I don't know if Rodgers' head is in the game anymore. I truly don't believe his main focus is football anymore. And so I just I don't even consider him an elite quarterback in the game anymore. I think he's completely out of it. And you guys can, I see a lot of head shaking and stuff. He's just not in it anymore. He's just not. And I think he's washed up. I think this will be one of
Back-to-back
his,
MVP, he's washed up.
he is washed up, and he didn't outperform anyone this past season. And he's really never outperformed. He's not even the best Green Bay Packers quarterback of all time. So I mean, he's just not. And he's got to come into Tampa on what is probably going to be the hottest day of the year in Tampa on September the 25th. That is like the muggiest, nastiest time of the year. And they're going to come down here and they're going to get clowned. I mean, he's just not, he's running around doing sports radio broadcasts about how he enjoys psychedelics. He's a freshman girl going to Berkeley. He's not the quarterback of an NFL franchise anymore. I've had enough of Aaron Rodgers. I'm tired of hearing his name. He's done.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I was more of a hate on Rodgers segment than a preview of the game. But I'm with you, John. I don't think he's still one of the most elite quarterbacks, if not elite tier. He's definitely up there in terms of his play. But this offseason has been interesting for him. Speaking of game time, 425, right? Maybe 420 is his daily, what's it called? Ayahuasca, whatever the heck he's doing down in Peru to clear his head to, get back on the MVP track. But regardless, I mean, Green Bay is going to be a tough game. Anytime Aaron Rodgers is a quarterback, it's kind of the same way with Tom Brady. You have a good chance to win that game. Green Bay also had an elite defense last year, so they bring back pretty much everybody from that defense. The one main piece that is missing is Devontae Adams is no longer there. So who is going to be Aaron Rodgers' number one receiver? He always seems to find a guy, but that guy hasn't been established. And maybe by week 3, I doubt there will be a connection established, right? So again, home game, to John's point, is going to be muggy, going to be hot, probably even be wet. 425 game in Tampa in September is a good chance there's a rainstorm coming through, right? I like our chances here as well. Chalk this one up in the win column for me too.
I mean, it's like a coin flip. He's like Rodgers is really good. I like him. I definitely don't like him, but he's really good. They did bring everyone back on defense. Yeah, I mean, they don't have Devontae, but they do have like a really nice balance of running attack with Jones and AJ Dillon. Is that it? So I mean, that's worrisome just because if they could set up the run, then that really helps him out. I know we're historically good against the run, but we don't know yet. I mean, I'd like to say Bucks win. I could see us losing it. It's early in the season. I don't think it's a super consequential game so early in the season. I mean, I'll say Bucks win because it's at home, but I mean, it feels like a tight one to me. I don't think this is like a rout like the last time we played them at home. I think they were really banged up on the offensive line for that game, and we were just harassing Rodgers. But I'll say Bucks in a close one, but it won't shock me if it like a field goal game.
It's interesting. AJ Dillon must have been told in the offseason to work on his tackling because he was the guy who tackled that mascot in like a minor league baseball game this summer. I mean, it was perfect form. So I mean, he's been really practicing his tackling over the offseason.
He also got kicked out.
It's in the field.
He got kicked. He almost got like kicked out of Lambeau.
I saw that.
event.
Yeah.
Because they didn't recognize him, I guess. They just thought he was
security guards like, get back up there.
Yeah.
You second string running back, you. I don't know who you are.
Man, you're not Aaron Jones. Who are you?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, this, like to Zach's point, this game feels like a toss-up. The teams, they seem evenly matched. They got high-profile quarterbacks. I think we have a clear edge in skill positions, not maybe running back, but definitely wide receiver, especially with Devontae Adams' departure. And good defenses, well-coached teams. I honestly think this might come down to coaching decisions. It might be one of those, when do you take a timeout? When do you decide to challenge? That kind of is a pivotal moment in a game. So I'm going to chalk this up as a loss just because it's a good team. And, there's got to be some losses somewhere. We'll see.
LaFleur's the guy who kicked the ball when they were down 8 with a goal to go in an NFC title game, right? That's the guy who's going to make the better coaching decisions.
That guy right there.
Okay, he took a one possession
LaFleur's
game and
also
made it a
the
2
guy
possession
who
game.
Analytics drives it all.
2 first-round buys in the past 2 years, while Todd Bowles didn't do anything with the Jets. So
I was going to make the point that Aaron Rodgers did bring up in his Barstool interview that Todd Bowles is one of the few defensive coordinators he struggles with the most in recognizing his blitz packages, right? So, how much of that is just BS that he's talking, who knows? But success has proven otherwise, right? I mean, he did struggle outside of the first quarter the last time they played in Tampa. So,
yeah, we're gonna hope it's the same game as last time they were in Tampa, or NFC Championship, either one of those from 2020.
Green Bay just seems to be one of those teams. Like once they got out of once we got out of the NFC Central, we've had some success again.
I mean, I was at a game at Lambeau and watched Jameis lose to, is it Deshaun Kaiser? So
I think it was Deshaun or
it wasn't Kaiser.
Was it Huntley?
Huntley.
Okay. Oh,
yeah.
I'm so sorry disrespecting Brett Huntley like that. But I mean, I had to sit in Lambeau on metal seats.
Jameis threw this duck pass right to the defensive end that he ran it back for 70 yards. It was one of those Jameis ones where the ball switched out of his hand. He's falling backwards,
I'm pretty sure all I saw was the Brate touchdown in the beginning, and then I didn't remember any of that game.
I remember, I think it was Jamal Williams when he was on that team, first or second play of overtime, just to the house.
Yep. Those are the teams of old. We throw those away. We're the new team, Brady Bucks. And as such, we get a Super Bowl rematch the next week with the Chiefs again coming into Tampa Bay. I believe again. Oh no, this is a night game. October 2nd, 8:20 against the Chiefs. Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, 2 high-profile quarterbacks back to back. That's tough scheduling for the Bucks. How do you think we handle this?
I feel like this happened in our Super Bowl year where we played Rams and Chiefs really close together and lost to both of them, right? So I don't love that, but I don't know, at least they lost a big weapon. So I don't know if that will take some of the juice away from Antoine Winfield not having Tyreek Hill there to taunt. But yeah, that's a scary one right next to the other one. That's it feels like a letdown spot.
Yeah, I completely agree with you there. I think that's a tough spot to be in. You go Cowboys, Saints, Packers, Chiefs, without any kind of break. Yeah, the Saints, even being what they've been with Jameis Winston at the helm and them falling to the bottom of the NFC South, they're still the Saints. You know what I mean? It's still a tough game. Any divisional game is tough, and I just don't see us. I would like to believe we could put this in as a win, but I just find that tough. We always play kind of crappy under the lights. That's just something that we do anytime the national spotlight's there, and it will be there with Mahomes and Brady on a night game. I don't foresee this being a win. There's too many factors going against us, and that one would be a tough. I would love to see it be a win, but I just don't. I can't call it a win.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm kind of with you guys. This is a tough opening schedule, like you said, John. I mean, at Dallas, at New Orleans, Green Bay coming in, and then you got Kansas City as the night game, right? So, getting through the opening, quarter of the season at 2-2, I think is a success. And I see this one as a loss as well. I mean, Mahomes is, again, another elite quarterback. Andy Reid is one of the most elite coaches in the league. Kansas City's, even without Tyreek Hill, is just as talented as any team in the National Football League. And yeah, to your point, John, I don't know what it is, but we don't perform our best under the lights, which is a shame because you'd like to have some of those primetime games be the moments you shine, right? So I think Kansas City probably exacts a little bit of Super Bowl revenge on us, and we unfortunately take the loss here.
Just make sure you don't bring Bryce to the night games because he's going to celebrate a missed field goal like he always does. It happened to us in Atlanta. Our Carvel ice cream. Bryce is going crazy. It's a missed field goal. So
I'm telling you, it's through the uprights. They should let me be the judge. All right, I'll tell you if it's good or not. It's good, baby.
The beauty of my prediction is I have this as a win coming off of a loss. So we're kind of flip-flopping our results here. I'm very interested to see how the Chiefs do this year with Tyreek gone. It'll be interesting to see, I don't want to say who made who, but will Patrick Mahomes be the Patrick Mahomes we know without the top coming off from Tyreek's routes? I don't think Tyreek's going to be as explosive as he was without Patrick Mahomes' arm, but we'll see how much that affects Patrick Mahomes and the scheming that Andy Reid does with the team. So I think it'll be a new look Chiefs team, maybe in some small regard, or maybe in a bigger regard with the loss of Tyreek. I'm going to have this as a win. I think the loss against the Packers, in my predictions, fuels us to be better prepared, come out in a night game, hopefully get rid of the night game stigma that we usually have. I like it. I like this one against us. I think we contain Patrick Mahomes and we do what we did to them in the Super Bowl a couple years.
To your point, Ryan, I will say out of the 4 teams we played, this is probably the worst defense out of those 4 that we're going to face. So offensively, we should have an advantage on that side of the ball.
Yeah, agreed. And I don't think, from seasons past, they might be different now, but from seasons past, that's definitely a point that Kansas City's offense has carried them a little bit more than the other teams. So,
and Brady put Patrick Mahomes in his back pocket right at the match.
Mm-hmm.
So he's already kind of dwarfed him a little bit mentally. So he's in a pretzel there.
We get to our next preview, which is in November, against the Super Bowl champion Rams. They, again, are coming to Tampa Bay. So one of the benefits is we're playing all of these teams in Tampa Bay. Super Bowl champion Rams, though, they look legitimate. And I think, if you look at the offseason moves, they really only got stronger. So this is going to be a tough test. And we really don't seem to play the Rams well. I got to imagine you guys see this as tough as I do.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I'll let John speak for the W here in a bit. But yeah, I mean, the defending Super Bowl champs coming in our house, like you said, Ryan, for some reason, over the past few, even since Brady's taken over the helm as the Bucs quarterback, we have lost every time we played the Rams. And they're going to be just as tough. I don't know if they came back stronger. I mean, Von Miller is not there anymore. He's in Buffalo. Not that OBJ was a big part of their offense, but he's no longer there either. But yeah, I mean, all their big stars, Aaron Donald re-signed, best defensive player in football at this current moment. Cooper Kupp, one of the best wide receivers in the game, had the Triple Crown basically last year. I think he actually did have the Triple Crown in terms of yards, touchdowns, and catches last season. So, and Matt Stafford returns. So it's going to be a tough team. Again, the only thing I like about this game, though, is the 425 window. I like the 425 window for us. It seems to be a stronger when we perform our best. I mean, like the Bills game was at 425 last season when we beat the Bills. The Packers game we had mentioned in the Super Bowl season was a 425 game.
The Rams game last season was a 425 game.
We're not counting the playoffs. That's a different animal.
No, even the regular season game was a 425 game.
Yeah, but that
was in LA. That was in LA.
Okay, all right, okay.
Post 4
Yeah,
o'clock.
Okay. All right.
All right. Anyway, but yeah, I got a feeling about this one. I think kind of like how not to jump the shark a bit, but how I feel about the Saints this year too. I think we break that curse against the Rams here in the regular season and get a W on the board here in week 9.
Oh, I mean, I think we lose this game, candidly. I don't know. I just think they kind of have our number. I think that scheme is really tough against a really like blitz heavy team like us. A lot of like motion. They get legal picks. I hate that offense. It's really gimmicky. Their defense is really solid. And like Donald is like, when you say you have 3 new interior linemen, like that's not what I want to be saying before Donald shows up. But I mean, hopefully it's a close game. I think this is a loss. I'm sure we win a lot of NFC South games in between, the Chiefs game and this game, but I'd have this one as a loss.
I think this is the one big game of the year where we look dominant. And not to just be contrarian, just because we're coming off of a long week. We're coming off of a Thursday night game, so we get extra few days to prepare. We've gotten rid of Bruce Arians, and I think that's going to be huge for this team this season. Is just getting him out of Brady's way. And when they beat us by a field goal. You know what I mean? They beat us 30-27 in the playoffs last year. You leave Brady alone, I think he wins that game. And I don't foresee Todd Bowles trying to step in Brady's way anymore, especially that late in the season. All they really had was Cooper Kupp the last few times they've played against us. And I think having someone like Todd Bowles running the defense and getting Bruce Arians out of his way is gonna allow Todd Bowles' defensive mind to shut someone like Cooper Kupp down, because otherwise Stafford is one-dimensional. They had no running game against us. I think they had less than 100 yards total in the 2 games we played against them last year on the ground combined. And so I think we beat them down. I think we embarrassed them, and it turns into good things going into the end of the season.
They lost Bobby Woods too, right?
They did, yeah. And to the point I was making about them getting stronger, I knew they had some big free agent signing. I didn't know who. I looked it up. I guess Bobby Wagner is now a Ram. So it's a pretty big signing at linebacker. He's been definitely tied with Levante David since their introduction into the league as some of the best inside linebackers.
Bobby Wagner seems like less of a threat when you live here in Seattle and you see him in all of the plumbing commercials. He does these commercials for Beacon Plumbing, and Bobby Wagner busts in. He's like, "Stop freaking, call Beacon," and then he like fixes your toilet. So it just makes Bobby Wagner not seem as dangerous to me, especially when I see his ass like on the side of a plumbing van going down the interstate. He just doesn't do it for me. So
they turned him into the Kool-Aid Man.
Yeah, well, they recently replaced Bobby Wagner with Marshawn Lynch. So Marshawn comes in, he's like, "Hey, stop freaking." Who's he going to cover? Who's Bobby Wagner going to cover?
No one.
Julio?
Yeah.
Godwin? Yeah, right. Who are they putting him on?
Yeah.
Lenny.
He's going to hope it's that.
Lenny, yeah. Lenny. Yeah. Lenny or great.
Bryce mentioned Cooper Kupp's Triple Crown. I learned today who the last Triple Crown wide receiver was. Any guesses?
Ooh,
trivia. The last wide receiver to win the Triple Crown in the NFL.
Triple Crown being reception yards, receptions, and touchdowns?
Yeah.
Okay.
Megatron.
Nope.
No.
Randy Moss?
Ooh. Nope. It's got to be some like prominent name, but not like a huge guy.
I mean, I can give a hint that will give it away. That's it. Bang, bang.
Was it?
Yeah. Still, I was going to say he's got a brother in the league. Yeah. Sterling Sharp's the last Triple Crown winner.
Oh, wow. Really? That far back?
Yep.
Wow. But back to the Rams game, I got this as a loss. I'm with Zach. I know it was a close game in the divisional playoffs, but we were down 27-3. We really had no business being in that game. We put on a late comeback and it almost worked. But yeah, for some reason, the Rams just seem to have our number. And I can't see this being a different game, to be quite honest.
and they torched us in that regular season game. I mean, it was.
That's the one
I was
I was on a flight, so I didn't see
Yeah,
that.
I was at a wedding. To me, that marriage is cursed. Like I was watching it during the first dance and shit, just thinking this isn't gonna last. Not with this game going on. This
John and
junior's
I
terrible.
were watching that game in a bar in Seattle.
It was the hat
Raiders
game.
fan next to us, yeah. And he was chirping, and John's like, "All right, me, you, hat versus hat. We're going outside right now for this hat battle." I was ready for it. That was more interesting to me than what was transpiring in the game at that point in time.
Yeah, so Rams game, I have it as a loss. It's going to be a tough game, but moving forward, the game that I like, because it's usually our birthday game, is the Monday night game against the Saints. That happens December 5th, again in Tampa Bay. So the Saints come December 5th, Monday night. Guys, we haven't played the Saints. I mean, I think Brady's record against the Saints as a Buccaneer for the past regular seasons is 0-4. So we will have the second week game. We'll see how that goes, but we gotta figure something out against the Saints, guys. We do. I don't know what it is, but maybe you guys have some ideas.
Was the last Saints game we won at home the one we went to? Because we should just go.
I think it may be, John. I think you're correct. The last Saints game we won at Tampa, I think it was in 2016. God, that sucks.
Deal. Let's drop
Yeah,
all
we're
the money.
going.
We're going.
Done. And stop.
L. Big L's. L's all around. Winston looks like Joe Namath. Somebody gets injured. Somebody we like, Mike Evans or Levante Davis. Somebody goes down. This is a late in the season. Should be a gimme game. It's going to be ugly. No one's going to enjoy it. No, we lose by 2 tutties in this one. I'm calling it now. Grave them.
Yeah, I don't know why, John. I like our chances better in New Orleans week 2 than I do at home. I don't know what it is, but under the lights against the Saints last 2 seasons have been awful games, and I just don't know why that would change outside of a rash of injuries to the Saints defense that all of a sudden Brady looks much superior over them than he has the last 2 seasons. But not knowing those unpredictable outcomes, I see this one as another loss, unfortunately.
I have us sweeping the Saints. What?
Whoa.
Wow. Yeah. So this will be a win for me. I'm just not really convinced by the Saints. Like Michael Thomas, don't even know what he's going to look like. Kamara, I mean, he could get in trouble again. I don't know. Who knows? Jameis could trip over himself and tear his ACL again. I'm not really worried about it. I think this is other than winning a Super Bowl, it might be like Brady's little white whale to be chasing this season, is not getting embarrassed by the Saints on his way out. So I have us winning this one. I don't think either of them will be blowouts. If anything, like Bryce said, I feel better about playing them in New Orleans than at home. But I think we win them both. This one probably maybe tighter, but yeah, I think this is a dub.
Yeah, and I guess one of the main factors of the Saints winning ways over the last decade is Sean Payton, who's no longer there, right? Dennis Allen now. I guess Brady was almost if you can't beat him, join him there in Miami for a little bit, but that didn't quite work out. So yeah, maybe without Sean Payton being there, they're a completely different team. Wheels fall off the wagon, and they're nothing like they were the past 2 seasons. So yeah, maybe there's some hope there, Zach, for a good. I'm on board if they sweep them this season.
I didn't think anyone would fight me on it happening. Yeah, I couldn't even name their coach right now. I don't know who's their head coach.
Dennis Allen. They basically did the same thing.
Oh God, that's so terrible. Okay, all right.
It's a downshift for sure.
Yeah, that's a huge downgrade. Oh man, whatever. They're probably saving money.
I think on the last season preview, I made a point to say fuck the Saints, and I had us beating them both. And then of course we lost both games. So I'm not gonna make the same mistake I did last season. this season, I'm going to say, to hell with the Saints. We're going to win this game. We're going to crush them. If I were Tom Brady, I would get everybody in the locker room before this game. I'd say, look at this film. We lost 38-3 or whatever it was 2 seasons ago on Monday night against the Saints in Tampa Bay. It's not going to happen. And I hope they come out and just roll them.
We lost 9-0 against Tim Tebow Light last season. Oh, what a awful game that was. Just yeah. Come on, Tom. This is your swan song. You better put up some numbers in these.
I might have paid money to go watch a 9-0 loss.
I mean, those Saints games have been awful. Like those
I
two
know, but
you just mentioned were just off. Like you can't. There's nothing to cheer about. You don't have anything. So if I were the Bucs this season, I'd be like, it's not happening. We got to win at least one of these games, but I would want to crush the Saints. So
I'd rather be disqualified than lose again. Cheat.
Are you going to start Bountygate 2.0 over there? What do you?
I mean, they did Bountygate 2.0. His name was Chris Godwin, and they got away with it again.
All right, we're
Next
getting off
game
and going straight to Christmas time, of course, where we play the Cardinals in Arizona. Christmas night game, 8:20. We go into Arizona. We face Kyler Murray and his new contract, with which they got rid of the homework clause. How do you guys see us matching up against the Cardinals?
independent study clause. Let's be a little more professional about it.
Of course.
I mean, the nice thing is that this game falls after the new Call of Duty releases. In fact, I think the new Warzone will drop before this game too. So he's going to be just totally out of sorts. He's going to be FaZe Clan, whatever Kyler Ninja thing he does. So he's not going to be there mentally. He's going to be worried about his KD, not wins and losses. So this game doesn't scare me at all. I don't know why. That's a team that is like competitive for 8 weeks and 9 weeks, whatever half is now, and the wheels just fall off. And now they don't even have D-Hop for the first 6. So this team could be just spinning by the end of it. I don't know. They don't scare me at all for some reason.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's like not just Kyler, but even the coach doesn't realize, hey, this isn't college anymore. There's 17 games, not 10 or 12. So I kind of see the same thing happen in the last 2 seasons, right? They'll be strong out the gate. And then when you get to the end of the year, teams have figured out Kyler Murray. And, the unfortunate thing is, DeAndre Hopkins will be back by Christmas. He's suspended the first 6 games. So they will have their top target back for this game. But yeah, by that time, they're probably in free fall out of the NFC West chase. And yeah, I see this as the perfect ending Christmas present for all Bucs fans. A nice win, Christmas night. The kids can go to sleep happy. I'll go to sleep happy. Looking forward to it.
And they lost Christian Kirk. Sorry, I just remembered that. They lost Christian Kirk. He's a Jaguar now, right? So now, yeah.
It is money, man. Holy crap.
And they lost James Conner, right? So now it's just what's his face in the backfield. They got thin at the skill position this offseason.
Yeah, Chase Edmonds.
The only contract clause that matters that time of year is the Santa clause, okay? But midway through this game, I expect you to be putting on Tim Allen and gathering around a tree and watching my man become Santa. That's all. That's the only clause I want to hear about. And maybe if I've got time, the Mrs. clause, and we watch Santa Claus too. Okay, Kyler Murray, that's a no-go team. If it wasn't for that contract clause, they would have no offseason hype. No, I expect us to fully win this game, just like Bryce said. This is going to be a great end of Christmas Day. Open your presents, kids, and enjoy. This is the Bucs win, probably by multiple scores. Great way to end the year. Last Bucs game of the year.
And happy Hanukkah to anybody who owns a football team in Tampa Bay.
Yeah. I mean,
you celebrate Kwanzaa, Maybe.
I was gonna say what Kwanzaa, Boxing Day, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, Boxing Day. Sorry, yeah.
That's the Monday after. Okay, Lord.
I'm with you guys on the Cardinals. That team just they have some good players, and they do usually start strong, and they usually start off as contenders, but by this time, that time we're supposed to be facing than we've seen in the past few seasons that they just fall off. And Cliff Kingsbury, he doesn't really make me worried with his coaching prowess. And yeah, I got nothing more to say than you guys just said. I'm not scared of the team. I think it's an easy W. And just bonus, if you want another trilogy other than Santa Claus, I would recommend Snow and Snow 2 Brain Freeze. Great movies for your Christmas holiday. Go and watch them. So
Jingle All the Way. Don't forget.
well, I mean that's a staple. I assume everybody's already.
That's a Christmas morning movie. You know what I mean?
True.
Yeah.
My house just runs Hallmark movies on a loop.
Yeah. But yeah, I think I'm with you guys. I think that's a win. So
Love it.
Preview games we wanted to do. I will have I will have our graphic up. So if you guys are watching on YouTube right now, you'll see the graphic come up. This is our full season preview. You guys can go ahead and see what you guys agree with, disagree with. Make sure you initiate in the comments any of your season previews. We'd love to hear them. We'd love to chat with you guys. So let us know how you guys think the Bucs are going to do. We're going to have high hopes for them. Again, we're hoping to win the NFC South and go far, push for a Super Bowl, contend like we're so accustomed to doing the past couple years. So guys, I've got nothing more for you. If you guys are ready, I think we'll sign this off with a let's go Bucs.
Yeah, just one legal disclaimer for anybody suing for defamation charges. Please contact our attorneys at Morgan & Morgan for the people. That's all I have to say. Just that's what my lawyer just told me.
That's true.
For legal
And
purposes.
bigger is better. Don't forget.
Go Bucs.
Go Bucs.
Go Bucks.
Oh, Bucs.
Don't care.
I was just
Don't
about to
be-
say, you Alex Jones motherfucker.
Yeah. Here. Don't even catch me. Don't even catch me lacking. Here's my cell phone. Come get it.